still continue to track the big story this morning. A memorial service is being held today for the 18 people killed by gunmen in Lusikisiki in the Eastern Cape last weekend. Members of two families were preparing for a traditional ceremony when they were shot in their homes in the early hours of last Saturday. We now cross back to our reporter Lerato Fekisi. A very good morning to you again, Lerato. Thank you so much for joining us. And I would imagine in a tragedy like this, since nothing makes sense at this particular point in time, but there's conspiracy theories, there's people thinking what could have happened. So what are you hearing on the ground in terms of the motive behind the killings? I know that it's still under investigations, but what are you hearing?
It's definitely still under investigation, and I think conspiracy theories is the correct word to describe what's happening here in Ngobozana, where people are still not sure, the family is still not sure exactly what led to the death of 18 people from two families just last week. Speaking to community members here earlier on, we spoke to a man who said that gun killings and gunshots going late at night at 6 o'clock is a norm here. People don't leave their homes after 6 because you would get gunned down, and people are living here in fear. Even to try to get someone to speak to us as SABC has been really hard. But Simpiwe, I'm going to show you briefly just now the second home where 14 members of a family were killed. But I want to just show you how bad things are. In short now, I'll ask my colleague Vuyo just to show you this specific house in Simpiwe is the neighbor's house. And I'll ask Vuyo just to zoom in for you to show you that a day before Simpiwe, the next killing, this specific house right opposite the house where 14 people died, gunmen also entered this home a day before. They shot at family members here, but luckily the family members survived and are currently in hospital. Then Simpiwe, let me just show you now in short now. So you see right now the house there, and then opposite that house here is where the 14 members from two families were gunned down. And I think sometimes when we speak of such mass murders, we speak in a very plural form. But some of those family members are 13-year-old, a man as young as 13, Tabiso Matu, Mary Singwena, who was just 63, Anita Matu, 30, and Nandi Singwena, also 28. What has also been so alarming, Simpiwe, is that the Singwena family last year were burying 3 members from their family who had died. And the reason why they gathered in this specific household, people will ask why were 14 people in one household. Last year in Simpiwe, in the Singwena household, 3 people died. Now this year the family was gathering to prepare themselves the following day to go to what is called Ukususa Izila, which is a cleansing ceremony that is done a year after people died, which declares that the mourning period is now over and now the people's day-to-day life can continue without being part of the mourning period. So that is why 14 people were gathered here, and as early as 2 a.m. gunmen entered this household, killed 14 people, the youngest of which being 13 years old. And earlier on, we were in a household which is now completely wiped out, an entire family where 7 people, including those that died last year now from one specific household, have died. We are aware that one person was taken in for questioning, but unfortunately no arrests have been made. But you come into Ngobozana and you can feel Simpiwe, the fear, the terror. No one wants to speak to us. Literally, they see a camera and they run because they fear that if they show their faces, they could be killed. The police are appealing a lot to community members to come forward, but community members are saying that that they would love to come forward, but they're scared because, like I said here, gunshots going out is a known thing. So later on, we will be at the memorial service where the Minister of Police, Senzo Mchunu, will be the keynote speaker. We are expecting various delegates from provincial government and also the community members to come and gather to pay their respect to this family that has lost their loved ones in such a tragic way. Let's go back to the studio.
All right, Lerato, thank you so much for your update. Lerato Fekisi there in Lusikisiki in the Eastern Cape. And we'll definitely cross back to her as she'll be in conversation with Police Minister Senzo Mchunu.